Good morning. You are now listening to the Morning Buzz here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I am your host, Lara Ziccardi, and you guys, we have a great show for you today. But before we get into that, I am joined by my lovely co-host, Amanda Gaudiosi, our segment host, Nicole Passaro, and our sportscaster, Ben Tomwaziski. How'd I do today?
Not bad.
Cool.
Getting there.
I am going to practice because I couldn't say Amanda's last name in the beginning either, but I will practice. But before we get into absolutely anything, we had a big day yesterday, and I had the absolute pleasure of being there. And WMSC and Montclair State University are enjoying the accomplishment of an amazing historical event for MSU history. The investiture of President Jonathan Koppell has taken place yesterday, September 15th of 2022. And for those of you who don't know, we had a great day here at the station. We broadcasted live. We broadcasted right outside the School of Communication and Media. And we also had Professor Kaminsky here in studio. And amazing job to the WMSC family and the WMSC team for just absolutely doing amazing. But yesterday, our assistant news director and our very own morning buzz booker have went out on the scene and interviewed some great people. To kick off our first one, we have Hannah, and just stay tuned with me. Just bear with me for some technical difficulties, and hold on, you guys. We're loading. Please stand by.
I'm Hannah Cox.
There we go.
90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and we are going around here at the investiture, talking to people, talking to students, talking to clubs. Can I get your name, your title, who you are?
Sure. My name is Emma Lavin, and I'm the assistant director here at the Institute for Sustainability Studies.
So what club are you guys with?
So we're not a club. We're actually an institute on campus. We actually have a podcast with you guys on Thursdays at 3 called The Refresh. So basically what our main focus is, in the summer at least, is the green teams. That's our main funding source, where we have students on teams of 5 from any major, any discipline, working with real life corporations and nonprofits on sustainability challenges. And that's a 10-week program. And we're just kind of here to share information about that and other things that we do within the institute.
Awesome. And tell me about these awesome plants that are all up and down here.
Yeah, so this was a collaborative idea. These are real plants. Basically, we have a prize wheel here. We have different questions that if anyone wants to come by and spin, we'll ask them if they know about our institute or about the Sustainable Development Goals, because we try to incorporate a lot of that into the work that we do. If they win or get the answer right, they get to take a plant home.
Awesome. And because today is all about President Koppell, what would you ask him? What's a question you have for President Koppell, or a word of advice, or just something to cheer him on as he continues his presidency here at Montclair State?
So I would say a question we have for him and a question we have for everybody here at the investiture today is, what does sustainability mean to you? And we actually have painting over here if you want to come and paint what that means to you. So we invite everybody who's attending to come to our booth and draw on our tree what that means to you. And we'd like him to draw if he can.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
If someone got a chance to draw on the tree, I'm sure that was much, much appreciated. But after we get your hourly newscast, please feel free to stay tuned to hear interviews with Dr. Susan Cole and the man himself, the man of the day. Well, yesterday, but it's still his day. We're, of course, still celebrating President Koppell. And Nicole, whenever you're ready, Queen, for that newscast.
Hello. Good morning. And today for the Jersey News, we have a Toms River man is facing felony and misdemeanor charges related to the January 6th, 2021 riot at the United States Capitol. Salvatore Vasello was accused of illegally entering the Capitol building, hopping over a railing and joining a mob confronting police officers. He was arrested on September 14th in Toms River and made his initial appearance before a judge that same day. He faces 2 felony and 5 misdemeanor charges. Officials say Vasello has been released pending further proceedings in Washington, D.C. For the local Montclair news, we have The Upper Montclair Business Association's 46th annual sidewalk sale, designed to showcase entrepreneurs who help make Montclair a singular community, will feature more than 40 businesses ranging from retail and food establishments to nonprofits and fitness centers. The sale on Saturday, September 17th, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. along Valley Road between Lorraine and Bellevue Avenues will also feature entertainment, including live music and family-friendly activities. Valley Road will be closed to traffic between the two streets for the Rain or Shine event. Wendy Lacey, the sidewalk sale organizer and president of the Upper Montclair Business Association, says the goal is to support local business and build community. The event will feature a DJ in front of the Montclair Diner and live music throughout the afternoon, as well as dance performances by Beyond the Boogie.
Boogie, woogie, woogie. Woo. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm so excited for weather. I'm so excited for the weather. I love me some weather.
Me too.
Oh.
Yes, it's a very fall day today. Sunny, high is 79, low of 58. So bring that nice, cozy fall sweater with you today because we're getting into fall weather soon.
Nicole, that's so convenient because I'm wearing my cozy fall sweater right now.
I love it.
It's a little bit itchy, but
Mhm.
it's overall amazing and I honestly love it. But we're going to go back to that Montclair story just for 1 second.
Yes.
Shout out to our assistant news director, Hannah Cox, for writing that amazing article. So one of our WMSC fam. So go Hannah.
Cool.
And I think it's time for sports.
Thank you, Lara. Good morning,
Sports.
everyone. I'm here to bring you your morning dose of sports. Let's all talking some baseball. After getting swept at home by the Chicago Cubs, the New York Mets looked to bounce back Thursday night as they continued their homestand against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they did just that, coming out with a 7-1 victory behind an 11 strikeout performance from Carlos Carrasco. With the NL East being such a neck-and-neck battle, the Mets need every win they can get with the Atlanta Braves right on their tail. The New York Yankees had off on Thursday night, but look to add to their 4-game winning streak tonight as they take on the Brewers in Milwaukee. Also, some history was made on Thursday night as the Tampa Bay Rays had an all-Latino starting lineup for the first time in MLB history, which, in my opinion, is just really awesome to see. Now, moving over to football. Thursday night saw 2 elite teams go to battle, with Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers visiting Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs won in thrilling fashion, with the final score being 27-24, and Patrick Mahomes is yet to throw an interception in the first 2 weeks. Now looking forward to Sunday. Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers look to bounce back at MetLife against the New York Giants. And the New York Jets look for their first win of the season as they visit the Cleveland Browns with Joe Flacco prepared to start as second-year quarterback. Zach Wilson remains sidelined, still recovering from his injury, but has been taking part in light field work, a hopeful sign for Jets fans. Now to some Montclair State sports. Unfortunately, no games were played on Thursday, but be sure to check out all the Montclair sports on Saturday as 6 of our sports teams are in action. And lastly, after next weekend's tournament in London, Roger Federer will officially retire from professional tennis at the age of 41. With many records broken and accolades under his belt or under his famous headband, Federer is one of the greatest to ever touch a racket. Thank you, Roger, and best of luck in retirement. Back to you, Lara.
I love me some sports. I just want to run it back to the Montclair State sports. Six teams are playing like right now, kind of on Saturday.
Yes.
That's honestly crazy. And best of luck to the Red Hawks, of course. We have more news for you. We are still talking about President Koppell. Yesterday, again, was such an historical day, and it was absolutely amazing. We have an interview with President Koppell and even Dr. Susan Cole. But before we get to that, we have a clip from our amazing general manager, Annabelle Poland, from President Koppell during his speech. So I'm just going to run that back for you guys.
The state of New Jersey has. Listen to me. He is a disc jockey. Tone it down. He has displayed his talent, spinning his vinyl 45 records at our own radio station, WNSC, where he established a reputation. Listen now, as Dr. K, Doctor of Funkology. I couldn't even describe the outfit he had. His daughter know what I'm talking about. I was trying to find a shirt, I couldn't find it, but not that uptight power suit that we normally used to see.
Sorry for not introducing that amazing person. that was Sandra Collins, and she gifted President Koppell a vinyl record and his own DJ microphone. And honestly, hearing that this morning was absolutely just so heartwarming. I love, for those of you who don't know, President Koppell does vinyl here on our radio station. It is called Dr. K's Vinyl Fantasy Funhouse. I'm not 100% sure when it is re-airing again, but I have listened, and it is honestly a very, very fun time. Now, we have something I've been teasing for the past 10 minutes, 12 minutes, if you want to be exact, because it is 7:20 a.m. here on the Morning Buzz. We have an interview with our very own Victor Muniz, and this is what Emmett, and we're talking, and he, excuse me, you guys, I'm so tongue-tied because I'm so excited to share this with you, but this interview is all about what MSU is doing for the Hispanic people and also Hispanic Heritage Month. We're gonna get that up for you.
I just wanted to know what are you doing to help Hispanic students in Montclair State?
Well, first of all, we're super proud that we're a Hispanic serving institution, which, as you know, is measured by the percentage of students. That's not enough. That says we're Hispanic enrolling, but not necessarily Hispanic serving. So, we have a set of programs under the Hispanic Institute that we have at the campus, and basically the starting point is understanding what are the different obstacles that are faced by students depending on their background, and then putting in place a set of initiatives that meet students where they are. And helps them overcome their challenges. And, we have a terrific leader of that in Katia Paz Goldfarb, and we're always looking for ways to do more. I think one of the most important things that we do is actually engage students before they get to Montclair, when they're in high school, right? When they're thinking about going to college, to reach them, hopefully to reach their families, and start building the tools necessary to be successful once they get here.
Oh, that's amazing. And as a Hispanic student, I got here as a transfer student from Puerto Rico, not like, going through this new experience as a transfer student. And what do you recommend to me as a Hispanic student being here in Montclair? And, not only me being as a transfer student, but all Hispanic students, what do you recommend for us as Hispanics?
Well, two things. I want to pick up on the transfer student part, because I think it's awesome that you represent that really important part of our student population. And we're trying to make it easier for students who begin their journey someplace else to come to Montclair and be successful. Big part of our student population are transfers, as you know, and we're excited that we have the biggest transfer population ever.
Oh, wow.
Coming in this year. So we want to make sure that students who enroll at a community college, that every class that they take is counting towards a degree, that they understand exactly how the pathway is going to work, that they're hitting the ground running when they arrive at Montclair. And as for the other part of the question, I think that the most important thing for all students, and I don't know that this is different for students, whether they're Hispanic or of another background, is to take full advantage of what's here. I mean, yeah, you're here to study, you're here to take classes, but you're also here to be part of this really rich community, to expose yourself to things that maybe you weren't exposed to in Puerto Rico or wherever, and just really sort of take it all in, right? Like, I think we're also focused on what do I need to do to get the job and what's next, and that's totally legit, right? I'd be worried about it too, but this is a pretty unique opportunity. So I would encourage not just you, but everybody to exploit that.
So your investiture is this Thursday. Are you excited? What do you expect from it?
Well, it's exciting, but it's funny, right? I've been here a year, so it's sort of people are like, what? Why do you did it not count before? I'm like, no, I think it's legitimate. So it's nice. It's really not about me. I mean, I think this is an opportunity to celebrate the university and say, look at this institution that's been built, right, by a whole bunch of people over the course of the last several decades. And it's a time to sit back and say, wow, who would have imagined when this place was started in 1908, right? And it was this teacher's academy. They weren't giving 4-year degrees. They were in a 2-year teaching certificate program. Who would have imagined that we'd be here in 2022, and we're a robust research university, closing in on 23,000 students, second largest university in New Jersey, shows you what's possible, right? And as we think about where the university is headed, we should say like, well, they didn't think we would be here 100 years ago, so why should we be limited in what our aspirations are for the future, both as an institution and personally? And so that's how I'm excited about making that point and like give us a little energy boost based on that.
Yeah. So just one last question, and I won't, take you more time. Do you know any Spanish?
I can understand a fair amount, but I'm so bad speaking, I will not embarrass myself. But usually when I lived in Arizona for a bunch of years and I spent a fair amount of time in Mexico, so I usually know what people are talking about. And so don't talk about me in front of
No. And hey, if you want to practice,
but I'm embarrassed that I don't. So you're embarrassing me, but it's on my list of things to do. I should.
Well, if you want to learn more Spanish, aquí Planeta Tierra at WMSC. We're a show on Fridays from 12 to 2. I know you're a busy guy, but just in case you want to go.
And we've got to do some funk music with a Latin twist for my radio show, so that we have that out in the future.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Mr. President.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And nice to meet you.
Good job striking while the iron's hot.
Yes. Have a nice day.
That was Victor Muniz interviewing President Koppell. Also, Hispanic Heritage began yesterday and it ends October 12th. And the university has a number of events going on. And also, we have a fun fact for you. Victor actually helped the president move a coffee table when he was moving. And then he seized the opportunity before everything went crazy. Honestly, go Victor. We're so proud of you. I can't believe I'm so proud of absolutely everybody a part of WMSC for covering this event. And really quick, we're going to go to a extremely short break. We're going to take a little bit of time to let all that information soak in because I just love learning here on WMSC. We will be right back, and please stay tuned because we have an interview with President Koppell coming up. Excuse me, former President Koppell. I'm just so excited, you guys. We'll be right back.
You want to feel important.
You want to be part of
on the morning buzz here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. It is currently 7:22 a.m. The clock has just turned for us over here in studio. With that being said, just wanted to make a little correction before we move on to our next big thing. Hispanic Heritage Month ends October 15th, but there's a party on October 12th. So all the exciting things are going on. I don't know. I just feel like we got back to campus and so much is going on. It's just like, it's like so many exciting things are happening. With that being said,
Yeah, up next, we have Dr. Susan Cole, former president of Montclair State, being interviewed here at WMSC.
3 WMSC. I'm
oh, hold on, you guys. We're having some technical difficulties. Wow. I just want to open the floor just really quick. Were any of you at President Koppell's investiture yesterday? Or nobody was?
I sadly was not. It was a huge thing. I mean, I walked past and I saw a bunch of people celebrating, so it looked like a really good time, but I unfortunately was not able to make it.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. I'm really trying to get this.
Yeah, I was sad I wasn't able to go because I was doing homework, but it looked like a really cool event. Like I saw everything on social media and I was like, oh, looks cool.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime thing.
It definitely was. And here at the station, we were all working hard and broadcasting and doing social media and recording some videos, taking pictures and broadcasting. And it was honestly just so amazing. So you guys, I think I have the interview ready to go. So we're going to see what happens.
be right back here. This is 90.3
Hold on.
WMSC.
Sorry, you guys. It's been quite a morning here at the station. And technical difficulties happen anywhere.
We have a very special guest in studio as we have been providing live coverage of the investiture of Dr. Jonathan Koppell, and I'm going to turn it over to Hannah Cox, who is one of my radio production students, and we're very proud of that. And Hannah, on over to you.
Thank you, Professor Kaminsky. Hello, Dr. Cole. We are so happy to welcome you back to Montclair State. I'm the assistant news director here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and we have had a full day of fanfare, regalia, discussions about the university, a lot of discussions about the wonderful work you've done over your many years contributing to the Montclair State campus and bettering the lives of so many students that have gone off into the world to do and create wonderful things. But my first question to you is, you spent 23 years as a university president. What did you do once you had that 1 year off? You know, it's a break after decades of hard work. What do you do to decompress at the end of the day?
Well, first of all, let me say how happy I am to be here.
Of course.
To see the campus again and to see all the students and faculty and staff around. I've gotten a lot of hugs today, and it's been a lot of fun to see a lot of people that I worked with over the years. So one of the things in terms of the timing of my departure was that it came right toward the, well, you can't quite say end of the pandemic, but after well into the pandemic. And that meant that for the couple of years beforehand, there was literally not a day off for me, not a minute off for me. I just worked morning, noon, and night for those years to try and make sure that all our students and all of our people and our university came through the pandemic and was strong at the end of it. And so the answer to your question is, once I stopped working, which was August 1st, a year ago, it was the first minute that I had not been working in years.
You even know the date.
I do know the date. And my kids said, you were insane. You were just out of your mind with the stress that had been gathering around me, in part leaving what had been my home for 23 years, my house, my car, my computer, my toothbrush, everything, you know,
A new life.
a whole new life. So first I decompressed for about a month. I tried to teach myself how to breathe again.
You hadn't had the experience of downtime, and you finally had downtime, and you just didn't know what to do with yourself.
Oh, I knew what to do.
You did.
I had to breathe.
Exactly. Well deserved.
And it took, you know, about a month to teach myself that. And then I started building a home for myself in Washington, D.C. and
Oh my.
getting the gas turned.
Hold on, you guys. That is so. Hold on, you guys. We're going to take a very short break here on the Morning Buzz. We're going to figure out these technical difficulties and we're going to get to the bottom of it. So please stay tuned.
So you're born it's bigger than us. It's bigger than
It stopped at 111.
But
and it's underhanded.
how long was it?
Feel it. You never look back. You never look back. You never look
This is the longest I've ever had to speak. Looking for it. I'm chilling.
Isn't it nice? All right. We're going to hope for it. Welcome back here on the Morning Buzz. Crossing our fingers that this works this time. So hold on. We're still experiencing those difficulties, you guys.
Still crossing our fingers.
We're always crossing our fingers. All right.
You did.
I had to breathe.
Exactly. Well deserved.
And it took, you know, about a month to teach myself that. And then I started building a home for myself in Washington, D.C. and
Oh my.
getting the gas turned on and the water turned on and finding out that, oh my goodness, you have to pay for water? Really? I lived on the university campus for 23 years. So it's been a busy time, but I also did a lot of walking, a lot of hiking, a lot of being outside, and a lot more seeing of my family and friends.
That is wonderful to hear that you're able to take time for yourself, get out in nature, connect with your family. But you also have what I would call a chosen family here, a group of people that you have worked with for such a long time. What was it like to finally be back on the Montclair campus, seeing all of the familiar faces around you?
Well, I'll tell you, it's very gratifying. In truth, there's an element of, oh, I miss you all. It's a little sadness there, but on the whole, if you spend your life really doing the work that you love, and you know that you've given it everything you had to give, when you stop and then you look back, there's a tremendous satisfaction that you feel that the campus is alive and vital and moving on without you, working all day and all night. And that's a great feeling. Look at it go. It's like watching a child come into its own. I mean, you feel that kind of affection and protectiveness for it. So mostly I would say the coming back is just wonderfully satisfying and rewarding to see it all happening.
That reminds me of your speech earlier today. You were talking about how leadership counts. And out of your speech, that was the element that really resonated with me, because your track record has proven you to be an excellent leader with all the things you've done for the university, making it a research level institution, a Hispanic serving institution, the development of different departments. It's incredible. You're passing on the torch to Dr. Koppell. When that transitioning was happening, was there any word of advice that you gave to Dr. Koppell?
Well, we had a number of conversations together, And I think he's a very intelligent, interesting, visionary guy. And I think that he's going to make a wonderful president for Montclair State University. I think if there's any particular piece of advice that I gave him, it would be that no president can do it alone. You have to build a strong team of talented people who know more than you do about a whole lot of things, and give them the room to develop their potential and their ideas.
That is excellent. And what does it take for students on campus to become leaders? Because ultimately, we want to have a campus that is full of student leaders that move on from this campus and become leaders in their own communities. So what do you say to the students that are putting in the work, whether it be in radio, in sports, in healthcare? What word of advice do you have to our upcoming leaders here on campus?
Have confidence in yourself, and don't underestimate your abilities and your capacities to lead. Step up when there's an opportunity to do something. Step up when you see that something could be better or something could be fixed, or there's just a great idea out there. Step up. Don't hesitate. You are as well prepared as the next guy to try and get something exciting done. But a lot of students are a little bit reluctant, and I'm sorry to say a lot of women students particularly feel that they may not know everything they're supposed to know or have all the skills they think that they should have. And men students are more naturally disposed to thinking, oh, I can do that.
I completely understand. As a female student myself, I know that there can be doubts. I know other of my female peers often have doubts, but it's about seizing the opportunities and having the confidence in yourself to know that you are capable to do that.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
it makes me think about what your investiture was like many years ago.
Well,
what memories do you have? What was it like? What was the atmosphere like at Montclair State? I know it has to be quite different than it is now.
yeah, it was a very exciting day for me. The campus was packed and the auditorium was packed with people, and it was very exciting. And I was, as Jonathan Koppell is today, eager to get on with the mission and the ideas and the vision. But what I remember most was the provost from the university in Minnesota, where I had been president before, said about me at that event, Susan, you're going to hear from Susan that about her students, about her faculty, about her buildings, about her university. Don't worry about that. She takes really good care of her things. And when she leaves, she gives them all back. And it was so funny and so accurate about me, I have to confess. But it was so funny that I never forgot it. And when I gave my farewell address about a year ago, I said, today, officially, formally, I'm giving it all back.
That is excellent, amazing. And, how does it feel to give it all back? Did you have any unfinished projects, plans in place when you left Montclair State University that you kind of passed on to President Koppell to take over?
Oh, yes, tons, tons of them. The list of what you could do and how you could build and grow the institution is endless. It's infinite. And I think Jonathan kind of said that today. So yes, I did have a whole list of things that I didn't get done. And as I said when I left, I'm not going to be one of those people that says, I'm leaving now because I've gotten done everything that I wanted to do. When you hear people, they've been somewhere for 3 years and, oh, I've gotten done everything I want to do. Nonsense. I knew that I would never be done. I said that at the time and I felt it. I could never be done. There's so much to do. It's a living, vital organism, the university. And so there's always more to do. At some point, you just have to stop.
I think it shows your passion for education and helping people greatly, that you just kept on having dreams and goals for the university, but you put them in place. And that's incredibly inspiring. And you can see how much the university has flourished. I talked to many alumni today, and they were reminiscing about what the campus used to look like, old buildings that used to exist. And it's a reminder that this college campus has so much history, and history is being made every day, just like today with Dr. Koppell. What was it like being on that stage, being in front of people and kind of passing it on to Koppell? It's almost as if it's putting an end to the chapter in the book.
Yes, it is an end to my chapter in the book. And that's okay, because that's what life is. You get one life, you live it to the best of your ability while you can do it. And then at a certain point, you do pass it on to the next generation. And if you feel that you have given it everything that you could, then it feels good to pass it on to the next generation. So I felt good today, and I'm very happy that Jonathan is here to do it. And I think he's going to be great.
You know, because we are in the wonderful radio studio here in WMSC
that I built.
See, you are everywhere.
I was
at this
going
school.
to say that.
This wonderful studio. That, you know, a lot of credit
That
is
I
due to you.
built.
That you built. Yes.
Hannah, if you don't mind, if I can jump in, because I was just about to say that. And Dr. Cole, it's someone who started his radio career right here at Montclair State University. This building, when I was here between 1980 and 1984, was something that I never could have imagined.
Yeah.
And it's just this magnificent facility that not only I have a chance to come back as part of our alumni show, but I have a chance to teach my students, and it has really come full circle for me. And for that, I owe you a tremendous debt of gratitude for all the hard work that you have done, not here on campus, but literally helping me to build my career right from where I'm standing right here on the campus to where I am today. So I just wanted to thank you for your hard work here for building the School of Communication and Media. It's been a tremendous asset.
Well, you're welcome. But let me say this, that you can build it, but it's what happens next that really counts. So when you get an extraordinary person like Annabella Poland to come in and run a program, and students who are dedicated to working it and learning and just putting themselves out there to make it happen.
It's the people running it, the people keeping it alive.
That's what gives me the kick. I can provide the resource, but others have to make something of it. And the beauty of Montclair State is that people stepped up to do that. There was such talent here.
And we thank you so much for helping us out in that aspect and giving us this opportunity. But before we close out, because we play music here as well.
I know you do.
So what are some of your go-to songs, your go-to jams? What do you listen to? What's your choice of genre on the radio?
Well, the truth is that I listen to and love all kinds of music. Classical music certainly is right up there, number one. But I also love European techno.
Oh, do you really?
I do.
Wait, do you like house music?
Yeah,
I do too.
Yes, all of that sort of thing. But
that answer actually quite surprises me. But I think it shows like your spirit so well.
Yeah. And if you come to my house in the evening and no one else is there, you might see me dancing to it.
So you're listening to like techno music.
Yeah.
I love that.
I am. It embarrasses my granddaughter no end.
One day she'll come around.
I hope so.
You know, Dr. Cole, thank you so much for coming on, talking with us, sharing your story, sharing your wisdom, and also opening up about your love for house music and techno.
All right, but aren't you going to ask me what song you want me to play?
Do you want
Or
to? Is there a
I
specific
want you
song?
to play?
Is there a specific song?
Well, there are two things,
Tell us.
if you have time for me to tell you.
We want to know.
Okay,
Give
so
us a couple of seconds to get it up here.
Well,
We'll do that.
the first is the Ukrainian national anthem,
Okay.
especially in a choral version in Ukrainian.
I
And
notice you're wearing
I am.
a flag, a pin with Ukraine colors.
And my point here is that we sit in this beautiful day, in this beautiful, university, with the benefits of democracy. And there are people who must give their soul and their life for freedom. And it's happening in the world, not only in Ukraine, but that one particularly touches me in the senselessness of the death and violence that is going on there. And my father was from Ukraine, my mother
Wow.
from Russia. And so I have a real feeling for that. So that's one, but I have a second.
Okay.
On a
Deliver.
lighter side, I would dedicate it to Jonathan Koppell, Randy Newman's Lonely at the Top.
Okay.
And with that dedication, I would say to Jonathan Koppell, you don't have to be lonely at the top if you don't want to be.
That is excellent, because you know what? He has a team of people around him and supporting him. But bringing up democracy in Ukraine, something really big here at WMSC is World College Radio Day. And this year's theme is actually Voices for Peace, which is something we
Great.
need more now than ever. And you having connections and roots to Ukraine reminds me of that. And that's something that our station and our school in general is going to be focusing on, sharing those stories, reporting on people trying to make peace in the world too. So it's excellent that you have a connection to that and are wanting to foster peace
Yes.
in the world.
Well, good for you. That's terrific. And the radio station has done extraordinary work, and just keep doing it. Keep doing it. And bravo for all of the terrific, talented students and and faculty too.
All right. Well, I think Professor Kaminsky has pulled up some awesome music.
We have done that. And Hannah, I want to thank you again as one of my radio production students. Great job. There's a nice 100 there for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dr. Cole, again, much thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
And much thanks for your 23 years of service and dedication to Montclair State University. And we have found the song that you wanted to dedicate to the new president of Montclair
great.
State University.
Sorry, Professor.
This is Randy
I'm cutting
Newman,
in.
Lonely at the
That
Top.
was
This is
our
90.3 WMSC.
Susan Cole. And just for a little time check for you guys, it is currently 7:45 a.m. here in studio. Great job on that amazing interview. Honestly, it gave me just such a happy, and just the serotonin in my brain right now, the chemicals are going all over the place. So thank you so much for that amazing interview. Now for those two songs Dr. Cole recommended, we have queued up for you guys. We have Ukrainian anthem right now. And we are going to play Ukrainian national anthem in Ukrainian for but that you just listened to the Ukrainian national anthem. But we're gonna kick it back to Dr. Susan Cole to say her farewell to WMSC. Not really, but you know what I mean. Her ending, to the interview. You know what I mean. I'll stop talking now. Don't worry. Ooh. Hold on, we're. We have some technical difficulties here on the Morning Buzz. Let me tell you, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn are in retrograde right now, which is unbelievably insane. And let us see if the interview will play. Actually, you know what, you guys? We're going to go to a really, really, really short break to figure out these technical problems. So we'll be right back. Welcome back here on the Morning Buzz. We have been figuring out our technical difficulties, and you know what, guys? It's live radio. This happens, but as of right now, we have it back up. So let's get it to it.
Is there a specific song?
Well, there are two things,
Tell us.
if you have time
Heard
for
none
me
of
to
that,
tell
I'm
you.
sure.
We want to know.
Okay,
And give us
so
a couple of seconds to get it up here. but
Well,
we'll do that.
the first is the Ukrainian national anthem,
Okay.
especially in a choral version in Ukrainian.
I
And-
noticed you're wearing
I am.
a flag, a pin with Ukraine colors.
And my point here is that we sit in this beautiful day, in this beautiful, university, with the benefits of democracy. And there are people who must give their soul and their life for freedom. And it's happening in the world, not only in Ukraine, but that one particularly touches me in the senselessness of the death and violence that is going on there. And my father was from Ukraine, my mother
Wow.
from Russia. And so I have a real feeling for that. So that's one, but I have a second.
Okay.
On a
Deliver.
lighter side, I would dedicate it to Jonathan Koppell, Randy Newman's Lonely at the Top.
Okay.
And with that dedication, I would say to Jonathan Koppell, you don't have to be lonely at the top if you don't want to be.
That is excellent
You
because
guys,
you know
that
what? He
was
has a
Dr.
team of
Susan
people
Cole,
around him
and again, amazing
supporting
interview.
him.
And just want to
But
run it back to
bringing
those
up
technical
democracy
difficulties.
in
This is
Ukraine,
live radio.
something really
Things
big here at
happen.
WMSC
And
is
all we got to
World
do is
College
just keep
Radio
on
Day.
rolling.
And this
With
year's
that
theme
being
is
said,
actually voices
we
for
have
peace,
Lonely at the Top.
which is something we
So
need more
we're not going to
now
waste
than
any more
ever.
time.
And
And Dr. Susan
you
Cole,
having
this
connections
song
and
is for
roots in
you, and it is
Ukraine
also
reminds me
for
of that, and that's
President
something that our
Koppell.
station and our school in general is going to be focusing on sharing those stories.
I've been
Morning Buzz here on 90.3 I still have a few seconds, but I just want to talk about how amazing that interview was, you guys. She was really giving me the serotonin, and Hannah did an amazing job. So, and that was Dr. Susan Cole, Dr. Susan Cole's recommendation
When we
of a
first
song,
arrived at St.
Lonely
Jude,
at the
it
Top,
was just
here
Claire
at
and I.
90.3
She was still
WMSC
recovering
Upper
from her
Montclair.
brain
It is
surgery,
just
and
turned to
side
8
effects of that
a.m.
surgery
Now
meant
this
that
hour
she
we
had
got a
to
lot to
relearn
cover
how to
as
walk
well.
and how to
We
speak.
have some top news to get to. We're going to be talking about Queen Elizabeth. We're going to
2
be
months
talking
after we
about
arrived, my
we're
3-year-old
going to be
came
talking
to
about an
visit.
interesting
When he
topic as
got
well
there,
about gun control.
Claire lit
And then we're
up.
also going to be
She was
talking about
quiet
Trump
before,
and what's going
and I
on
thought it
in
was just
Chicago.
because
With that being said, we also have
kept
some
her sober.
entertainment.
But
We
she
have
was really
some
missing
some new
siblings,
news
and I
about
didn't
Kanye
realize how
West
much.
opening a new. I'm gonna have you. I'll let you guys stay tuned for that one. But without further ado, we have a newscast to get to. Whenever Nicole on the other
I am.
Perfect.
I'm ready.
Whenever you're ready, Queen.
Okay, back to the New Jersey news. A
I love
Tom's River man is facing felony and misdemeanor charges related to the January 6th, 2021 riot at the United States Capitol. Salvatore Vasello, 59, is accused of illegally entering the Capitol building, hopping over a railing, and joining a mob confronting police officers. He was arrested on September 14th in Toms River and made his initial appearance before a judge the same day. He faces 2 felony and 5 misdemeanor charges. Officials say Vasello has been released pending further proceedings in Washington, D.C. For our Montclair news, we have the Upper Montclair Business Association's 46th annual sidewalk sale designed to showcase the entrepreneurs who help make Montclair a singular community will feature more than 40 businesses ranging from retail and food establishments to nonprofits and fitness centers. The sale on Saturday, September 17th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. along Valley Road between Lorraine and Bellevue Avenue will also feature entertainment, including live music and family-friendly activities. Valley Road will be closed to traffic between the 2 streets for the Rain or Shine event. Wendy Lacey, the sidewalk sale organizer and president of the Upper Montclair Business Association, says the goal is to support local business and build community. The event will feature a DJ in front of the Montclair Diner and live music throughout the afternoon, as well as dance performances by Beyond the Boogie.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
You're
And
welcome.
shout out to our assistant news director, Hannah Cox, for writing that article for Montclair Local. We love supporting our team here at WMSC, of course. With that being said, I had something else to say. You know, the worst part is when you're having a conversation and you have something you're meaning to say in your head and then it just leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just happened
I
to me.
remember this happened last week too.
Oh,
The escape, like the ideas.
yeah, life really does happen,
It
and
does.
it really does.
We're all human.
But it's live radio, you guys.
Exactly.
We're gonna keep rolling. We got some spots. Sorry, I get really excited for spots.
Thank you, Lara. So let's start talking some baseball. So we had the New York Mets at home against the Chicago Cubs, and they look to bounce back Thursday night as they continue their homestand against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they did just that, coming out with a 7-1 victory behind an 11 strikeout performance from Carlos Carrasco. With the NL East being such a neck-and-neck battle, the Mets need every win they can get with the Atlanta Braves right on their tail. The New York Yankees had off on Thursday night, but look to add to their 4-game winning streak tonight as they take on the Brewers in Milwaukee. Also on Thursday night, history was made as the Tampa Bay Rays had an all-Latino starting lineup for the first time in MLB history, which was also the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, which is awesome to see. Now moving over to some football. Thursday night, we saw 2 elite teams go to battle, with Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers visiting Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. The Chiefs won in thrilling fashion, with the final score being 27-24, and Patrick Mahomes yet to throw an interception in the first 2 weeks. Now looking forward to Sunday. Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers look to bounce back at MetLife against the New York Giants. And the New York Jets look for their first win of the season as they visit the Cleveland Browns with Joe Flacco prepared to start, as second-year quarterback Zach Wilson remains sidelined, still recovering from his injury, but has been taking part in light field work, a hopeful sign for Jets fans. Now on to Montclair State sports. No games, unfortunately, were played on Thursday, but be sure to check out all the Montclair sports action on Saturday, as 6 of our sports teams are playing. Lastly, after next weekend's tournament in London, Roger Federer will officially retire from professional tennis at the age of 41. With many records broken and accolades under his belt, or his famous headband, Federer is one of the greatest to ever touch a racket. Thank you, Roger, and best of luck in retirement. Back to you, Lara.
Thank you so much for I love some good sports and some good news. But speaking of news, Not using good as an adjective, but using good as a, that's cool. Yeah. You guys, my brain has been off today. The coffee is wearing off, and I regret to inform you that it really is. But we have some top news to get to. We are going to be covering the Queen. I'll hand it to you, Amanda.
Thank you. All right. So, yeah, like Lara said, we're going to be talking about Queen Elizabeth II and how thousands filed past London landmarks and ceremonial guards down a miles-long line to view Queen Elizabeth II's coffin as it rests in the revered Westminster Hall yesterday. The line stretched nearly 5 miles long, the River Thames, with crowds flocking to the capital to say goodbye to the country's longest reigning monarch, hoping to see the Queen's coffin before her state funeral on Monday. According to NBC News, the Queen will continue to lie in state at Westminster Hall until her funeral on Monday. King Charles III will head to Wales on Friday for a service honoring the Queen and will hold a reception later at Cardiff Castle.
You guys, I still can't believe, I know this news broke last Thursday.
Yes.
But it's still so hard to believe. And I'm glad that we can continue to report these updates and to continue to see what happens in the UK. And that's all really much I got to say about that, because we honestly got some national news to get to as well. So, and as always, our thoughts and our prayers are with the citizens of the UK, the royal family, and everybody involved. With that being said, a new credit card code is a first step towards preventing gun violence. According to NPR, gun control advocates are cheering a new game in the credit card industry. They say that it could help prevent gun violence. This week, credit card companies Visa, MasterCard, and American Express all say they would adopt a new code to categorize sales at gun shops. This is a move that advocates say will make it easier to flag suspicious gun sales. All purchases made with credit cards are categorized with what's called a merchant code, a special code assigned to various types of businesses like utility companies, grocery stores, gas stations, airlines, and hotels. And for years, gun shops have been categorized as miscellaneous retail or sporting goods stores. But experts say it is unclear what impact the new policy will have, if any, on gun violence. The new merchant code system is limited, meaning people often buy guns from family members or friends, from private sales online, or even at gun shows. Banks are required by federal law to report suspicious activity that could be related to certain financial crimes, like money laundering or funding terrorism. Supporters of the new merchant code says that it would look similarly. According to NPR, advocates say that they see the merchant code change as one step in a larger push to turn up the pressure in the gun industry.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really good idea, and I'm happy that we're making advancements and changes to try and prevent gun violence. I mean, I know it says in the thing they don't know what this could bring and what this will do, but I mean, I think this is a good idea, especially for younger people, 17 years old, 18 years old, I mean, you can't be 17, but 18 years old going to buy a gun. I mean, if you have your parents on your credit card, I mean, they'll be able to see what you're buying. And I mean, that could potentially help stop some terrible things from happening, which is a good thing.
With that being said, I like how you mentioned parents having access to their children's bank account, right? But at the same time, I'm not 100% sure about this, but how old do you need to be to purchase a firearm?
18.
Yes.
Depending on
where
the state, yeah.
And with that taken into consideration, oh my gosh, you guys, I lost my train of thought again. That's really upsetting. But it's live radio. We keep moving here on WMSC. I am going to be 100% honest. I don't know how well this is going to work. I'm glad somebody is taking measures to, help with this problem we have in our country.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like some excuse me, like some officials have said, a lot of people purchase firearms from a family member, basically any other third party that's not a sporting goods store or an
Yeah.
actual shop.
I mean, of course, there's always going to be that, and that's always going to pose a huge problem. Buying weapons third party, I mean, it's always going to be a problem. But like you said, they're doing something to try and change this. And I mean, there are still a huge demand of people that go into the store and purchase it there. So it'll be a good thing. I think in the long run, hopefully there'll be more advancements, but I think this is a good first step to try and bring a change.
Yeah, I remember a while ago during the summer, we reported on something going on with gun violence, but I'm not 100% sure what it was.
It was the Texas school shooting.
It-
That was the day after, actually.
That was. Yeah, I remember that morning quite vividly. And I really hope that this country really gets a hold on what, they kind of realize what is going on in this country. But I'm glad someone's taking some precautions as of now. But we got some more news for you.
That we do. So, a special master appointed to review documents from Mar-a-Lago search. DOJ request to resume criminal probe rejected. A Brooklyn-based federal judge was selected yesterday to serve as an independent arbitrator to review the materials seized in the FBI search of former President Donald Trump's Florida home. The special master will be Senior Judge Raymond Deary, who was put forward as a possible candidate for the special master role by Trump, who had sued in court to obtain the review. The Justice Department also endorsed Deary's appointment. U.S. District Judge Eileen Cannon also rejected the Justice Department's bid to resume its criminal investigation into classified documents seized at Mar-a-Lago last month. The denial sets the stage for the department's dispute with Trump over the search to move quickly to an appeals court and potentially the U.S. Supreme Court. An intelligence community review of the documents has been paused since last week when Cannon ordered the criminal investigation to stop for the moment. DOJ says that the two reviews cannot be separated and plans to appeal. Cannon gave the special master a deadline of November 30th to finish his review of potentially privileged documents. The schedule puts the review ending after the midterm congressional elections, essentially guaranteeing the Mar-a-Lago investigation will move slowly for the next 2 months unless higher court steps in. Two key takes from CNN are Cannon is not convinced pausing the criminal probe to put national security at risk, and more than 100 documents marked as classified seized.
Oh my gosh.
Always something.
It's so funny because we've been following this for how long?
Since June.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of hearing about this man.
We say this every week. Every week we say this. I mean, more breaking news comes out every single week, but it typically is the same thing. He brought the documents down to Mar-a-Lago in his home, and there is an investigation going on. So I guess we're going to continue seeing what's happening.
I don't know if it was the Friday crew who talked about this or the Wednesday crew, but this is not true, by the way. This is not confirmed nor denied, but we were speculating that the former president, Donald Trump, is a hoarder. Was it?
That was not us, but that is very funny, and he could be.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if it was true. I really don't know what day it was. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday, but please do not quote me on that. Every time we report this, I can't take it. I know this is serious and this is news and this is what's going on in the world, but another part of me is just like, how can I take this seriously when it's this man?
Yes. I think he's just a huge, I don't even know the words to describe it at this point. He's huge within news. Talking about him is just, he is like the key person to talk about. So I feel like no matter what, we are never going to get rid of hearing about him.
Amanda, he really is the hot topic.
Yeah, the hot topic. That's what I was looking for. He is the hot topic in news right now, and I think it's going to continue to stay that way.
If the presidents had a burn book, I think he would own the burn book.
He would. Mean Girls reference, but he would.
Love me some Mean Girls. To throw it over to Nicole or Ben, what do you guys think about this?
I just can't believe you've been reporting this since June. Like, that's insane. That's
We
crazy.
really have.
You know, Nicole, while you were busy graduating high school,
Yeah.
we were sitting here reporting about the former president, Donald Trump,
And
has
he's not even
documents.
president anymore.
Former!
Like, how are you still like top in the news? Like,
He's just
insane.
Okay. This is giving me YouTuber behavior of YouTubers trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Some of the things we talked about in the summer, especially, were absolutely ridiculous. I mean, some of the things we talked about, I was shocked that we were reading. I was like, I can't believe this was actually our former president doing some of these things.
Oh, good.
I was gonna say, I think he likes the attention too.
Yeah.
I don't know, for this going on so long and just every week in the news, always something new, it seems. So I don't know, maybe he likes it.
Oh no, I wouldn't be shocked. Okay, Ben, to remind you, this man is a Gemini. Oh, we're gonna look at his birth chart right now.
We're at horoscopes.
no.
I'm sorry, I'm getting really off topic, but I'm like really.
Oh no, this is perfectly on topic. We need a live reading of Donald Trump's astrology chart.
Trump natal chart.
Yeah, I
Natal
would like to know his rising sign because this would make sense.
And for those of you who don't know a lot about astrology, don't worry, I am here to inform you. I love astrology. So we're just going to go over sun, moon, and rising. We're not going to get into the inner planets. Surprise, for those of you who don't know, you are more than just your sun sign. Your sun sign is kind of your overall ego on life, how you kind of look at it. The sun is your most broad, in my opinion, because it is so long, about a month or so.
Yes.
Your moon is how you feel with your emotions, and your rising, in old astrology, some people say that it is your most true self because it is the most accurate placement of when you were born, because that is time dependent. But other modern astrology says it is your first impressions on people.
Yeah, definitely how you're perceived.
Definitely. Oh, goodness me. I'm sorry. I know I'm getting really off topic, but I just really wanted to mention this. So former President Donald Trump is a Gemini sun. How do I explain Gemini suns?
Yeah, this is very hard to talk about Geminis because I have a lot of close Geminis in my life, and I don't want to slander them
Gemini men.
too much. Yes.
Wait, Ben, when's your birthday?
February.
Okay, you're good. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, but Gemini men could be very
hit or miss,
hard to communicate with. They're very they're right, and that's right. It's their way or the highway. Exactly. And Donald Trump very much gives that.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Yeah, what's
You know what?
I want to know.
A good explanation of like why he's like this.
If
Like,
you don't
it's astrology.
if you don't believe in astrology, all good. I respect your opinion, but I believe to it to some extent. But we're gonna go on to his moon. So this is how he reacts to his emotions. He has a Sagittarius moon. So Sagittarius is a fire sign. So with that fire placement in the moon, he feels things very intensely and tends to be a little bit of a hothead and tries to tackle problems head on without really thinking about things. So that's the moon. Yeah. We're gonna round it off with the rising. We're gonna wrap it up really quick, I promise. His rising is in Leo.
Oh, me too.
I'm a sun Leo.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Leo.
Donald Trump, you are a Leo rising, which I'm also a Leo rising, and I can see him being a Leo rising. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing because, again, I am a Leo rising and I like being a Leo rising, but they're very outgoing and very much very bold and very outspoken.
Very much dog, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, like hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
So it makes sense why the stories are always covering him, because he loves to have the attention on him because he is a Leo rising. So that would make a lot of sense.
The combination of those signs in a big three, your big three is your sun, your moon, your rising. Those are the three signs. That combination screams, I love attention. to me personally. But we're gonna get back on track. Thank you for still tuning in with us about talking about Donald Trump's birth chart. We're gonna give you guys a short little break here on the Morning Buzz, but we will be right back. And
Hey, you're listening to WMSC Upper Montclair 90.3 FM. For more information, go to WMSCradio.com or download the iHeartRadio app.
and then we're gonna find
The interview.
okay, we have the interview.
Where are the questions?
They're on they're by
So I'm Debbie
8:47. They're
Biskey.
like
I'm
all-
the
they're,
executive
at the end.
director of the Bridge Women's
They're
Center.
after the
Bridge Women's Center is a pregnancy center for women with unplanned pregnancies. We also have a mobile pregnancy center unit where we go out to abortion clinics and other places to help women get free pregnancy testing and free ultrasounds. If you would like to get involved with the Bridge Women's Center, you can email us at info@bridgewomenscenter.com. Call us at 732-588-0999, or feel free to email us at info@bridgewomenscenter.com.
Well, I don't even know how to do things.
Team Rocky is our mascot group on campus, made up of a bunch of different student leaders, both Rocky and handlers. And our main goal is to spread Red Hook pride, positive vibes, and just make people smile on campus, off campus, and through our social media presence. You can follow along with Rocky on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, you name it. You can also follow Rocky on YouTube at Red Hawk Life to follow along with some really fun videos, including but not limited to Rocky on the Street.
Welcome back to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Just to give you a little time check, it is currently 8:22 a.m. and outside right now. I love me some fall weather. Let's talk about some fall weather really quick right before we get to Nicole's segment. It is currently 54 degrees and sunny.
Beautiful.
It's expected to be a high of 78 today and a low of 50. I love me some fall weather. And regarding humidity, it's about 73%. So
Okay.
not too bad. There's dew point, 45 degrees. I don't cool. Anyway, we have Nicole, it is time for me to hand you over the floor, even though I'm
right.
not holding a floor.
Okay. Yeah. So today we have a lot of fun entertainment news, starting with JoJo Siwa and Avery Cyrus make their red carpet debut as a new couple. According to E! News, JoJo Siwa and her new girlfriend, Avery Cyrus, attended the opening night of the musical Jagged Little Pill together. On TikTok, JoJo confirmed her new relationship with Avery, but really has been hinting at it on social media a lot recently. In a video on September 13th, they posed for a photo in a photo booth at Chuck E. Cheese and shared a romantic kiss.
Okay, iconic.
Chuck E. Cheese. I was like, I read that. I was like, oh, wow. Okay.
Since you mentioned Chuck E. Cheese, I just would like to mention the hit franchise Five Nights at Freddy's, which is inspired by Chuck E. Cheese. I love me some lore. I couldn't help it.
Yeah, no, I loved that.
Do you think they met Chuck E. Cheese?
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Is it really what it stands for?
Oh, I have no idea, but that would be hilarious. if it was.
On the spot.
Charles Entertainment Cheese, but very iconic for JoJo Siwa. I love her. Is it actually that? Charles
Amanda,
Entertainment Cheese?
you are correct. Ladies and gents and folks, Amanda is correct. It is Charles Entertainment Cheese.
I feel like I
Good
can't take
job.
full credit. I've definitely seen that somewhere and just forgot. There's no way I just thought of that right now.
Nicole, I know you don't know this. You don't know this answer,
Okay.
but what I want to know is if they ate the Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Because for those of you who do not know, there is a conspiracy theory where Chuck E. Cheese's pizza, they take the leftover pizza and smush them together because the,
Oh my God.
the
Ew.
cuts aren't right.
Yes, they reuse the slices. That is a huge
I don't know that answer, but
That is gross.
Yes.
it's disgusting.
We
Yeah.
again,
Like,
don't know if it's true.
don't know.
Definitely.
Just
true.
theory.
It's
A buzz
theory.
theory.
A buzz theory.
Probably true though. Like we're 99.9% it's true because none of the slices match up.
I don't even remember the Chuck E. Cheese pizza. I have not been there in so long. I hate it. Like I am afraid of it. No, I'm sorry. I am so afraid of it. And like I think that's why it made me a germaphobe because every time I went there, I would get sick right after. And now I'm like the biggest germaphobe.
It's
ever.
Charles.
What?
Yeah.
Charles
I
entertainment.
can't. I haven't been there in so long.
No, I have to agree with you though, because
It's Germany's place on the planet. Like
I never went to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid, sadly, but I
Mhm.
will say going to the McDonald's play place, I would always get sick. So I could
Yes, that
see-
too.
Yeah, so I could see why you'd be scared of
Yeah.
Charles.
TBH, I think a lot of McDonald's play places are closed because of COVID, but I don't
Mhm.
think they've reopened.
Honestly, good. They're
Yeah,
German festive
Yeah,
places.
I don't think they have.
That's a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Throwback to whatchamacallit. Throwback to 2000s babies.
Yeah, I loved the play place though. I will say, like, even though I got sick, I loved it. Me and my friends, even at like 19 years old, we would be sliding down the slide. I would always
Really?
get sick though. Oh yeah.
Oh,
we used to
that's
go all
fun.
the
That's
time.
fun.
We used to go all the time at like 10 o'clock at night. We'd get some French fries and just
Mm.
play on the slide. That's very embarrassing, but really fun. So
You
That's the
gotta
best
live your
somehow.
childhood.
yeah, healing my inner child.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Not the inner child.
yeah, that she needs to be healed, and McDonald's is a very healing place.
Yes.
Is it?
Well,
Eh.
yeah, don't quote me on that, but yeah, so
All right, so continuing with some entertainment news, we have Zendaya wins the second Emmy. According to CBS News, Zendaya won her second Emmy for Best Actress in a Drama Series for her role as Rue in the show Euphoria. The reason Zendaya made history with this win was because she's the only Black woman to win 2 Emmys in this category. Zendaya also is an executive producer for the show and says how she hopes her character Rue can help anyone who's recovering from a drug addiction in her acceptance speech. So congratulations, Zendaya.
Go Zendaya. I love Zendaya.
me
Yes,
too.
Is she still dating Tom Holland?
Yes,
I
she
think
is.
so.
She I actually saw a clip on TikTok that somebody was interviewing her, and they said, who after you won this award, who was the first person you texted? And she was like, well, my mom was with me, so the first person I texted was my boyfriend.
Aw,
So she labeled it,
cute.
which was very exciting. I mean, we all have known they've been dating, but it was
Such a
nice
power
to
couple.
oh yeah, they
Really?
really are. But it was nice to see her label it.
Absolutely.
Shout out to our other producer, Isaiah Ramirez, back when it wasn't him. I'm trying to think who it was. But somebody said Zendaya was mid, and that's when Isaiah just went, wait. Yeah.
I've seen that. I think you guys made that into a short or something.
We have made that into
Okay,
a
yeah,
shorter.
because I think I definitely have seen that.
But good for Zendaya. She deserves it. And
She does.
it's funny, I remember watching Shake It Up as a child, a wee little kiddo with the fashion. If you don't know what the
Oh,
fashion is,
yes.
it's the leggings with the denim skirt with the layered tank tops and the sequin scarves and the hats. It's
Oh,
everything.
Those were my staples back in the day. I always wore a fedora. I thought I was like the coolest kid. I was a fedora kid.
I was unfortunately a fedora kid as well, and it was a little embarrassing. But I was gonna say something again. Guys, this keeps happening to me. I keep having thoughts in my brain and they keep escaping.
So many good ideas at once. They just
Yeah.
it tends to happen.
It does. That's what I was gonna say. Well, that's what I was gonna say. I've watched Zendaya like ever since I was a kid, and watching her grow up and just become so successful in the entertainment world. It's so amazing.
It's awesome.
Good for
It's like inspiring to see like how much she's done over the
It is.
years.
And
Oh,
a
yeah.
feminist icon.
Yes.
She is a phenomenal actress, and Euphoria is just personally, I've never watched it. I
Yeah, neither
probably
have
should
I.
because
Like everyone tells me to watch. And it's
I've
like,
seen all the rave about it, and everybody. loves
I-
it,
yeah.
so.
I'm on Euphoria Talk on TikTok.
Me too.
Okay, which is I've never even seen the show though. I've never watched it.
Mhm.
But with that, Nicole, what
Yeah.
else do you have for us?
okay, we have Anna Kendrick gets trapped inside an elevator.
What?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so according to Global News, Anna Kendrick and others had to be rescued out of an elevator at the 2022 Toronto International Film Festival. As Anna was headed to go promote her new film, Alice Darling, the elevator got stuck between 2 floors, so she and a crowded group of people were trapped. Luckily, firefighters came to rescue them and had to remove the hatch, from the elevator and lowered down the ladder, where everyone had to climb the ladder to safety. Fortunately, Kendrick did go to the film festival, but she ran late because of the elevator situation.
I hope
That's
she's
scary.
good.
I know.
Okay.
It's like traumatizing.
I can't imagine being stuck in an
Oh, I don't want to
elevator.
imagine that.
Every time here in the School of Communication and Media, I sometimes take the elevator down to the first floor or up to the second floor. It depends on what I'm feeling that day. But every time I'm in the elevator, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get stuck in here.
You will never catch me in an elevator. One of my biggest fears. I'm very claustrophobic and I am terrified of getting stuck in an elevator. So I don't care if it's 8 stories, 12 stories. I will be climbing every single step. I will be out of breath at the end of it, but I will not be caught in an elevator.
I don't blame you because that's a wait, but okay, Amanda, theoretical situation. Say you have to get to the 100th floor. Will you walk the
I'm
stairs?
walking every step. I
Exercise,
yeah,
like
it'll be a good workout for the day.
Amanda, you're working on your fitness in the words of Fergie.
Yeah.
I really couldn't help it.
No, yeah, the elevators in Bone Hall, they scare me so much. Like every time I'm on there, I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't break on me. But it's scary.
Oh, I mean, I've never been in the Bone elevators, but when I lived
It's
in
small.
Genoa last year, the elevators, like they were good. I've had to take them sometimes when I had my cart like moving in, moving out,
Yeah.
and it used to make a high pitched beeping sound before opening and closing, and it used to scare me. I used to think I was getting stuck. I mean,
Yeah, it just sounds like something bad's about to happen.
yeah, well, never gotten trapped, but very scary.
Never do in our lives.
Manifesting that we won't get
Yes.
trapped. But with that being said, we're going to take a very short break here on the Morning Buzz. And when we come back, we're going to do an interview. So please, if you'd like, stay tuned. Good morning and welcome back here on the Morning Buzz. Currently, it is 8:42 a.m. over here at Montclair State. So, joined with us today, we have two students from Coventry University in the UK. We have Louie and Maddie. Thank you so much for joining us today, you guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
So, it has been a week and a day since Her Majesty the Queen has died. What is the mood of the country right now?
Do you want to take this one?
It's somber. It's everywhere. Everyone is like feeling it, you know. It's difficult to describe in a way. It's just a general cloud is over the entire country.
I think people are still in shock, because most people have grown up, that's been their queen. So for her to not be here, and we've got a king especially, it's very different.
It's definitely getting used to. She's been in power for so long. And so for the 10 days of mourning, I suppose when someone has been there for their whole life, it can be insanely different. Like, again, 70 years is such a long time.
Yeah, for sure. And I would say it's definitely surprising here for us in America as well. I mean, the news was shocking to say the least. But what has Coventry University done in terms of coverage for the Queen?
So I feel not just in Coventry University, most establishments, there's been some sort of announcement. I don't know about you, Louis. I got an email just to clarify that I knew, even though the whole country was on meltdown, that it just happened. But I think everywhere and everyone's taken their step to show their respect, whether that's even on social media as well. Everyone is. Our uni has always been supportive of these kind of things, letting us know that they respect it and how they're going to deal with it. So I think the funeral, most importantly, is a day that we'll kind of take off our studies and off work and just get to watch it if we choose to.
Definitely. And she was a big part of the media as well. So this is definitely going to be covered. She is at Westminster Abbey, where people are paying respects, and so many luminaries from the UK history are there right now, which is absolutely insane. But on Monday, September 19th, it has been reported that is when the Queen's funeral will take place. So what exactly is going to be happening that day?
I'm not sure about you. I'm unsure on the specifics. Like I said earlier, not many people have gotten the chance to experience a royal death, a royal funeral this huge. Probably last one was Diana, Princess of Wales. So I don't think anyone is sure exactly on what is going to happen. I mean, I don't speak for the big press outlets we have in the UK, but I'm pretty sure everyone will be watching and taking in what is going to be different for this funeral, as big as it is.
Definitely. And for what American media has been reporting is that she will be brought to Windsor by horse carriage. Windsor has been her preferred home, and it is one that she has some fond memories with her family there. And it also is said that her family is buried there. And the entire world and the entire media, I really suppose the entire world and the media will be there. So are you guys going to cover that for school, for class? And I know you guys have just started, so just want to know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of our course this year is one of our stories has to be on Her Majesty's passing. I mean, there's already one of our staff is in London arranging all news gathering, and we're having some of our fellow students being sent there to help cover this occasion.
I mean, it is like a once in a lifetime opportunity for us. And there's going to be 30 million, at least, people watching this funeral. there's going to be some big coverage. And whether, like you mentioned, we have got a student actually going to Windsor to help with our lecturer, but we will be doing our own reporting and kind of listening, reading what big outlets are saying, reporting on is still going to help us in that way, because you can't miss it. It's everywhere.
Wow, that is some access. That's absolutely amazing. That is really, really impressive. And being at the front of history in the making on such a big story is insane.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I know you guys were talking about this a little bit with the students. I know you guys are, it's huge coverage for you guys, but how are your professors sort of utilizing this once in a lifetime opportunity to train you guys in special reports? Yeah, how are they gonna be utilizing this?
I think it's just there. I think it's just a case of knowing that stories this big can just come out of the blue, and just preparing us to be on it and prepared to just drop everything and prepare to tell people and make these stories about it and get different views on it.
I mean, most news outlets in the UK have been preparing for this time for 10 years. So everything to this moment has been prearranged, but still at the same time, it's like, okay, what to do? What angle can we take now that everyone is reporting the same thing? It's two stories at the moment here in the UK. The Queen has died and there is a new king. But I guess as students, it's about finding something new, because you can't just, copy the same story, but at the same time, staying respectful to what is the real matter.
Definitely. And you guys we're in college and all that, and we're at university. I'm sure we're around the same age. Is there a generational gap between the older generation and the younger generations regarding their feelings on this? And we know not everyone is particularly a royalist. And what are some new feelings about the king? Are people supportive of King Charles III?
I think there's definitely a gap in terms of generations. I mean, you can see on like platforms such as Facebook and Twitter, which have a big generational divide, there are definitely different views, because I think the older generations were there during earlier in Her Majesty's reign and saw a lot more of her and possibly had more interaction in a way. But now that, our generation is global, we see what happens in other countries. It feels smaller, I think, to us in a way, and not as important as it possibly should be.
Yeah, and adding on that, I think, so let's say our generation, we've never had a new queen, a new king. So having Queen Elizabeth, that's the new normal. I think we kind of expected that to be forever, whereas the older generations, they've experienced so much change, not just in the monarchy, but politically. I mean, we have also we've got a new prime minister as well, which is also new. So there's a lot going on here.
Definitely. And a question that I'm really curious about, are you guys fascinated by how much Americans care about this story? It's been everywhere in the media here. Cover of the newspaper for days, honestly. We had wall-to-wall coverage on Miss Networks, and she was a media personality in some shape or form. It began with that famous speech when she was in Africa, when she was about, was it 21 or 27, I think, or 25, around that age, where she really pledged to serve for the rest of her lifetime, whether long or short, and it was long. That the coronation, the weddings, and the funerals, obviously she has been a media personality, whether she wanted it or not.
I mean, as well as that, the whole Paddington video, I don't know if you've seen that. Yes, you have. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So even more recently, she just a global icon. I think people were wondering how other countries were gonna see this news, and as you said, it really just shows the significance of our queen and how that's affecting everywhere else.
Definitely. And honestly, that video was the cutest. And I'll be honest with you, one of my close friends recently got a hamster and she has named him Paddington.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Yeah, the video was very cute. But yeah, people here in America, we truly feel like the world's grandmother died, particularly our professors, you know. I mean, the queen has been 70 years ruling, so it's been a long time. But what will you guys be doing this weekend? Will you be watching the events? How do you
Yeah.
consume this? Yeah,
So me and my housemate are gonna buy some scones. And we're gonna watch it together, which we don't usually have scones, but we thought we'd celebrate in a traditional way. And that's kind of the expectation I suppose you would have that we do. So yeah.
I love that.
I gotta ask though, that sounds like such an amazing treat. What kind of scones are you planning on getting?
Well, I'm not sure about raisins and scones. The texture confuses me. So they have to be plain, but I know my housemate prefers different foods, so she might come up with something crazy.
Yeah, honestly, Amanda, I think we should do the same.
We should. We should have scones too.
I never had a scone.
I've also never had a scone.
So it's time to try something new. And I love that for the weddings that people here were so into. I remember when William and Kate got married when I was about 11 years old, and it was everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, I remember when Meghan and Harry also got married, that was also everywhere. And they had they had tea, they had a party, you know, and it was just, I don't know why we're so fascinated here in America, but honestly, I think it just has to boil down to that, what's the right word that I'm trying to look for? Right, Amanda?
Maybe because, you know, they have a really good representation
Mhm.
there. A good representative. So
100%. And it's really fascinating over here how big it has been.
yeah, we are very fascinated by that. Like you said, with the weddings, I mean, it was huge news coverage on newspapers, you know, magazines, just on the news, especially with the passing of the queen too. You know, it's been
Yeah.
everywhere.
And
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's the same here. So there's a 5-mile queue to actually go see the Queen at the moment, and I've read
Wow.
it's taken some people 24 hours, but I saw a video actually today. Someone was interviewing them. Why are you going to wait 24 hours? And every response was, it's the right thing, and there's no moaning. And I feel, especially with the coverage the Queen has had and our period of mourning, there's been very few complaints, and I'm quite glad for that, to be honest, and it's very respectful.
Yeah, so we there's 3 days left, and I'm sure they have been quite an emotional 3 days. It really is one of those things that one attends to if you can, and it 100% is historical. We just had our own historical 21st anniversary of 9/11, and we understand on the never forget and are always on thinking of the amazing history of our countries. A lot of things going on in the
Yeah.
world,
A lot of big stuff happening.
and she was that amazing, and we want to thank you guys so much for joining us here this morning on the Morning Buzz.
Thank
you for having
you.
us.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you again.
You too.
Whew. It's barely been such, and not only that, just like from Amanda, from just a journalistic point of view, getting to cover all the events that are going on in the world and to hear college students' perspective on it and to have this experience, you know?
For sure. I think it's really awesome that we get to have a younger generation's perspective on all of the things that have been happening recently.
Yeah, and to all the people in the UK, it has been a long weekend and our hearts are with you. And we also want to thank Professor Matt Reed for getting us connected with these amazing students. So thank you so much, Professor of Coventry University. We really look forward to our continued, I want to say relationship, partnership, definitely partnership with you. So again, thank you so much. And that has been our amazing interview here on the Morning Buzz. It's been quite a time. Trying to see what else we got here this morning. You guys, it's been a long morning.
It has a lot of information to process, really soak in. It's already 8:58 a.m. This was a long show, you know, but we made it.
We did, and we, just to recap, here on the Morning Buzz, we covered the presidential investiture of President Koppell. Honestly, been such an honor to cover and been I can't really put it into words of how overwhelmed I am. And we also covered the Queen's 10-day of mourning, news, sports. It is Friday morning, and we are so thankful for, first of all, I'm thankful for you guys for being on the show. And I'm also thankful for our general manager, Annabella Poland. She is
in the corner over there.
She is in the corner and she's been helping us a great amount. So I want to thank you for that. You guys, it is just turned 8:59 here on the Morning Buzz. And I hope everyone is really prepared for a weekend that's
I can't wait.
Been a long waited, and we have some more news. Join us Monday when we bring you additional interviews from President Koppell's investiture. You guys, so much history has gone on in the past few like week and a day.
Yeah.
Being a student journalist and being able to have this platform, I'm so thankful to report to you guys, to my wonderful crew in the studio and the audience as well. And I'm sure we will go live for the funeral of Queen Elizabeth II. It will be underway, so we will be able to check back with you. To wrap it here on the Morning Buzz, right here, you've been listening to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Just a reminder, please feel free to join us on Monday, where we will cover Queen Elizabeth II and also more interviews from President Koppell's investiture. Thank you for always starting your day with us, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.